Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Today's topic is going to be the speed of the relationship. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So the speed of the relationship, let's dig into this. When you are entering a, let's say, healthier relationship for the most part, the speed of the relationship goes at the pace of the two individuals, which means there is no rush to get to know each other. There's no rush to hide your indiscrepancies or to hide yourself. In other words, there's no reason to wear a mask, which is what the narcissist does. But the speed of the relationship from the inception, from when you first meet an individual, it should go at your pace and at their pace. There should be no hurrying. There should be no forcing things. There should be no speed of the relationship, meaning like speedy, it's got to be fast. We need to do things now. Now, let's fast forward to the narcissistic relationship. Many times it happens super fast, and before you know it, you haven't even processed the former relationship with, let's say, a different individual, and then lo and behold, you jumped into a narcissistic relationship. This was on purpose. This was exactly how the narcissist saw an opportunity in you to take advantage of you. Keep in mind, the narcissistic relationship, many times it moves at light speed. And many times it happens when you are vulnerable, or perhaps one of your most vulnerable periods of your life. Perhaps you just experienced a death in the family, or perhaps you just got divorced, or perhaps you just moved, or perhaps you just had a former relationship break up, or perhaps you just lost your job, or the list goes on, but maybe, I mean, there's so many different reasons. But the point is the speed of a narcissistic relationship, it's meant to woo you. It's meant to have you believing that this person is the best thing since sliced bread. And it's meant to have you believe in the mask. Play that again. That's exactly what it's meant to do. You see, the narcissists, remember, what they do is they collect people and they jump from relationship to relationship, person to person, business to business, and they blow up all these relationships. But in the background of these relationships, specifically when you were in one, they were looking for your supply. They were looking for your replacement, because they knew that the relationship that you were a part of with the narcissist, it has an expiration date, as do all narcissistic relationships. They all expire. It's just a matter of time when these do so. Having said that, if your relationship with the narcissist moved rather quickly, perhaps you were super young, or perhaps you had just inherited a windfall of money, or perhaps you had just moved to a different location. The point is, notice that all of these things that I just mentioned right there, they are changes in your situation. And when these things happen, the narcissist can sense this. Let's take an example. Let's say you moved from one location to another location. Well, when you moved and you were by yourself, you were single, as an example, when you moved, the whole area was new for you. You didn't know your surroundings. You didn't know who to trust. You didn't know what was going on. You had to find your way, right? Well, if you met a narcissist early on when you relocated, I can assure you they took advantage of this, and they made you believe that they had all the answers. And maybe that turned into a romantic relationship. Maybe it turned into a business relationship. Maybe it turned into a friendship. Who knows? But you were an easy target for the narcissist if you relocated, because again, advantage them, because they know the surroundings in the area or the town, and you didn't. And you trusted another individual who turned out to be a narcissist to help you out. And maybe they did for a little bit, but ultimately they wanted to extract your resources from you, like I mentioned. So the speed of the relationship is another one. So let's take the dating scene for a moment. Let's say that you were dating a narcissist, or you are dating one, or you're considering dating an individual who turns out to be the narcissist, is what I'm saying. Well, if these relationships are moving quicker than usual, meaning they can't get enough of you and they're texting you all the time, or they're sending you cute emojis, or they want to know all about you, your family, your history, your work, your resources. These are all red flags. They're all huge red flags, specifically in this period of time right now, because people, what they want is many people want to extract everything from you. And if people can't wait, let's say it's a friendship you're striking up as an example. If people can't wait for you to offer your information when you're comfortable with it, and they're trying to force you to provide information about yourself, that's not good. It's a red flag. See, they are not having boundaries, and they're certainly pushing your boundaries to get you to share more information than you're comfortable with. Now, pre-narcissistic relationship, maybe you did that. Maybe you shared a lot of your information freely, believing that most people on the planet were like you. They're not. And that most people have your best interest at heart. They don't. And that most people think the way you think. They certainly don't. Having said all these things, you were ripe to encounter a narcissist, or perhaps many narcissists. The reason why is because you were naive. You were a people pleaser. You were a yes person. You had low or no boundaries, and you couldn't say the magic word no, which is the strongest word in the English language. But having said all those things, the narcissist, the speed of the relationship, it goes by so quickly. That's why in the love bomb / euphoric stage, that's when you think that this person you've just met, maybe it's your boss, maybe it's your neighbor, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a lover, who knows? You believe this person's amazing. They're almost too good to be true, aren't they? They are. You see, the narcissist is like and I mention this frequently on the channel, consider the narcissist like a used car with a fresh paint job. Well, the used car on the used car lot, you're looking at buying it and you're like, wow, this car looks great, but did you check underneath the engine? Or check underneath the hood in the engine? No, you just bought it because it looked great. Well, that's kind of a narcissistic relationship. You're believing all the false rhetoric and you're believing all the nonsense because, again, maybe you didn't have boundaries or you don't have boundaries. But the whole point is the narcissist never wants you to figure out who they are until they have their dirty fangs sank into you. And that is when you enter the devaluation stage or the narcissistic fog. And that's when you're in that zombie-like trance for a period of time until you either get discarded, you exit the relationship yourself, or some people actually stay in the narcissistic fog for decades. They really do. Having said all those things, remember, think of it this way. Think of it like entering a relationship with a narcissist or a toxic individual. They move so quickly. The speed of these relationships moves quickly in the beginning because they want you to fall for them. They want you to believe in them. They want you to think that they're the best thing in the world, when in fact, all it is bait and switch. All it is a euphoric / love bomb stage when you are the flavor of the month. And then once the narcissist senses that they have you where they want you, which is in the palm of their hand, and you begin working for the narcissist and begin doing things you never thought you would do, saying things you never thought you would say, behaving the way you never thought you would behave, on and on, because you're trying to appease the narcissist and get back to that euphoric / love bomb stage. Once they realize this, it's just a matter of time before they begin looking for your replacement. Keep in mind, the narcissist has multiple sources of supply, always, whether you know it or not. And yeah, okay, well, let's put it this way. You're like, Andrew, how is that possible? That, we live in a tiny little town. There aren't many people around here. I don't understand how that's possible. It's very simple. I'll tell you how. Smartphone, internet. They can get supply from virtually any country in the world at the click of a button on their smartphone 24/7. Think about that for a minute. That's why with the advent of the smartphone / dating apps and apps in general, communication avenues, that's why this is where the narcissist thrives. That's why we must get the education out on channels like mine and many others. And again, thank you very much for being here. But a huge red flag in any relationship is the speed of it. If it feels too good to be true, it is. If it's moving too quickly for you and you're seeing some red flags and you're ignoring them, you shouldn't, it won't benefit you. And if you're buying into the false rhetoric, the false narrative of the narcissist or that brand new paint job on that used car, that's not good. Because remember, when you're buying a car, you must give it a test drive first. And a test drive doesn't take 10 seconds. Okay, yeah, the car starts, I'll take it. No, you need to check everything out, kick the tires, check the engine, check the history, and all these kind of things. That's what you do. That's what you should do with any relationship you're looking to enter. Because keep in mind, the narcissist doesn't want you to figure them out. They want you trapped in that narcissistic fog until they discard you at a later date or get your replacement, or until you end it yourself. But the speed of a relationship, in any relationship, if it's moving too quickly, slow down, take pause, take stock. Maybe even do what I suggest in the channel frequently. Let's say you're entering a relationship right now and it's moving too quickly and you're not sure. You're really not sure about this one. Well, do what I suggest frequently. Get the pen and paper out, write a pro-con list of the relationship, no matter what it is. Maybe it's a long-lost cousin. Maybe it's a neighbor. Maybe it's a teacher. Maybe it's a business associate. Maybe it's a romantic interest. Who knows? But get the pro-con list out and write the list of benefits of the relationship, and then write down the red flags or the cons or the things that you're not so sure about, and really take pause. Because most likely, if you're on the channel, you've already experienced or are experiencing a narcissistic relationship, and that's not good. It's not healthy. It's not the way it should be. You deserve more out of life. You deserve to be in a reciprocal relationship with another individual, or individuals, if it's friends, that have your best interest at heart, and where you don't have to move at light speed, and you can just be yourself, and these people accept you for who you are, for how you look, how you dress, your hair color, the language you speak, all these things. You see, you shouldn't have to be proving yourself to anybody. And on top of that, if any relationship you're entering is moving quicker than you're accustomed to, you need to slow down, which means if this person is texting you and they're texting you abnormally longer than usual, meaning like morning, noon, night, slow it down. Maybe put them on mute. Maybe tell them, you don't appreciate them texting you so much. Maybe just not responding. The whole point is, remember, now more than ever, people want to consume your energy. And where you place your attention is where you place your energy. If you are giving your energy away to a narcissist or a toxic individual or someone who just wants to consume your energy, you're not benefiting yourself, but in fact, you're benefiting the other individual. And the speed of a relationship determines exactly what will happen throughout that relationship. Meaning, if you take your time and you cultivate a relationship and go slowly and naturally and take the steps you need to take to create a beautiful relationship, then that's what you'll get. That's what will be nurtured. On the other hand, if you move quickly, the way the narcissist wants you to move, and the speed of the relationship is too quick for you to accept, huge red flag. Pause, take stock, think about the relationship if you want to be in it, if it's what you want, and pay attention to this one, everyone. If there are red flags, you need to acknowledge them, and you need to take action when you see a red flag. Because if you don't now, that's just telling this individual, who perhaps turns out to be a narcissist, that they can push your boundaries even more and more. And you let these red flags pass, you'll let other ones pass in the future. We don't do that any longer. We now live our best lives. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great evening. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware, and understand you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And the speed of any relationship, it needs to go at the speed, the natural speed. It doesn't need to have one individual accelerate it and always be pushing you to do things. And no, let's hurry up, let's move in together, let's get married, let's do it. No, slow down. Just take your time, and in your time, you will understand if that relationship benefits you or not. Guys, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I love you. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. All right. Good night, you guys. Bye.